Nearly 7 years ago, my wife and I left our teaching careers behind and most of our personal belongings to chase a different carrot. We traveled, we learned, we met some amazing folks, and eventually we found community. Hello, I'm Mike Sliwa. I'm the author of Chasing a Different Carrot, a manifesto for the predicament of privilege. And I've created a video series where I hope to take folks through a series of steps where they can create their own roadmap to find a simpler, more sane existence in a culture that's clearly gone mad. My wife and I kind of live on the fringes of this culture. We haven't escaped it or anything like that. We still go to grocery stores, we still drive cars, and we still fly on planes. But what we don't do is participate fully in something that seems to be a giant treadmill that we can't get off. We're not seeking upward mobility. We're trying our best to live on very little money each year. And we've really kind of found a sweet spot in this culture where it seems like you have to pay to play. In other words, you have to pay to live on the planet. And what we've tried to do is cut down on that paying, and it's really eliminated our stress. What we decided was our time was much more important than money or taking trips or purchasing a house, purchasing new cars, or saving for retirement, quite frankly. Now, it's not like we haven't done any of those things. We've traveled to Europe several times. We basically lived in a stucco McMansion. We both drove pretty new cars at one point when we were teaching. But even though that life was very satisfactory, it really was missing something. And what it was missing was, I think, a connection to not only the planet, but the people that I share my life with. Karen and I shared a home with my parents for 16 years, so we've lived in community. If you can live with your folks, you can generally live with anyone, although we had a pretty good relationship with my parents, obviously spending that much time. But it really helped us when we got out on the road and started living with other folks, trying to learn a set of skills that, we're using our hands, so to speak. So I thought, because I've been at this for about 7 years, I would put together this video series where folks could follow step by step and really start to delve into who they are, what they're doing, and what they know, and take action in their own lives. I know a lot of us like to read and really consume the information about climate change or the financial situations that are going on in this country. We tend to follow the news, and we tend to follow a lot of news that isn't covered. But it comes to a point where you're oversaturated with the amount of information that's thrown at us. And for me, it was just time to eventually do something about it. Instead of just wallowing in it and sitting and soaking in it, my wife and I decided we were going to hit the road and get outside and do something else. And it's really led us to a place that, for most folks who live a traditional status quo life, it's a little bit hard to imagine, because it's a little bit hard for me to imagine at this point. I wake up every day pretty much in control of my entire day, and that is the most important thing in my life, that I can do what I want when I want. And so I want to help folks find that place. It doesn't mean you're going to end up living like I am or doing the same things I am doing, because obviously we all have different circumstances. We all start from a different place. But I think I've made some decent videos that can give you a general idea of steps to take, things to avoid, things I've learned along the way, things I've clearly discovered, what to do, but more importantly, what not to do. And I hope you'll follow me on this journey. And maybe at the end, you'll end up taking some steps that you didn't think you'd take ever. And that's what I did. And I couldn't be happier with the results. So join me. I'll probably put together a series of 5 or 6 videos that are about 15 to 20 minutes each. And if that series seems to help and you want more, maybe I'll consider taking it a step further and a little deeper. So I hope you'll join me and in this journey to move towards the exit and chase a different carrot. All right, we'll see you for the next video.